Hey, I have a second channel, Cube Comp MTDX.
Hey everybody, I'm sure some of y'all may have that one computer case from years past that you wish you would have bought to build a system in but never did, and nowadays you just absolutely it just absolutely bugs the crap out of you. So for example, in my case, there's one computer case that I really wish I would have gotten my hands on back in the day when it was being manufactured, and that is the Apevia X-Qpack. This case is a cube-shaped case, and you're thinking, okay, Cube Computer Company, you know, I should have definitely built a system in a case like this. It would have been perfect to go along with the Plexi or the Meteor Lux or what have you. So the thing is, back in 2007 was when I built the Meteor Lux, which was the successor to the original Plexi. Back in those days, when I was considering rebuilding / retiring, whatever you want to call it, rebuilding the Plexi into a new system, this is one case that did kind of cross my mind, because at the time I was running a micro ATX board on the Plexi, and it would have been just a simple swap over fit into this X-QPACK. And I tell you guys, this was definitely a really sleek looking chassis or case, back in its time. I mean, this case was around, I want to say, what, 2005, 2008, that time period. Now, the case, I do believe, is still made, which I'll show you that in a moment, but it's not the same style as this older style. The style that I really like, at least from seeing here, is the X-Qpack, the original one, which would be this one right there. I also like the X-Qpack2 because it has a little bit better ventilation, and you see the X-Qpack original has this handle that you would actually turn out to grab to pick up and carry the system, whereas this one kind of has it built in right here, and it seems like this style here would be less prone to breaking. And of course, I like the versions that have the windows on the sides and the top. I mean, it was just, I tell you guys, I'm just kicking myself nowadays for not buying this case back when it was made. I think probably the reason why I didn't buy it was because it was probably a bit pricey at the time, given it wasn't your typical style case. And I also believe most, if not all, of these had the case itself was aluminum. The chassis was aluminum, and having an aluminum chassis did generally drive up the price a little bit. The thing is, I've looked on eBay and other sites, and it seems like they aren't for sale at all. I did look on eBay, and I did search for the X-Qpack, and nothing came up. eBay, matter of fact, was trying to recommend something else because I couldn't find anything under the X-Qpack search term, which I did put in exactly like that. So let me find some good photos of the X-Qpack. So this is, we'll look at Newegg's site from back in the day. And of course, we're going to we're actually going to Newegg.com, but it's an old listing, and of course the case is no longer made, at least in this style. So it was a micro ATX style case. It had two 5 1/4 inch bays on the front and a 3 1/2 inch bay on the front. So of course the 5 1/4 inch would be for 1 or 2 optical drives, and you could put a back then a floppy drive or a card reader in the 3 1/2 inch bay, or any other device that you wish to install there, which nowadays of course I would stick a card reader in there. It also included this little readout, which would read out the CPU temperature and the hard drive temperature, and it was a manual setup device. It had 2 different actual thermistors that you would mount inside the case to manually measure those temperatures. Matter of fact, I have one of these displays on the Mid-Tower Lux I salvaged off of a different Apevia case that was in really bad shape. I did salvage that, but unfortunately the thermistors are just junk on it, so it's not really working right. It does display temperatures, but it's just not reading them correctly. The hard drive one's correct, but the CPU definitely is not. Anyways, back then you would have 2 USB 2 ports, a FireWire port, yeah, FireWire, microphone and audio. And of course, you'd have your power indication as well as your hard disk activity indication, reset button, and power button. So this is the X-QPACK2, and we look at the better look at the front. There's a look at the side. Power supply was mounted up in the top. Motherboard was mounted in the bottom. So that's a look at it with the cover off. There's a look from, that's a top-down look. Look from the other side. And a look from the rear. It included a 120mm exhaust fan, so I would say that combined with the power supply, you would get pretty decent airflow through the thing. Not the best, but definitely not the worst. And of course, motherboard goes down here. Yeah, guys, I just so wish I'd have gotten my hands on one of these things back in the day. So, if we look at this other listing here, so this is the X-QPACK3, which I'm not sure, I mean, it says out of stock over here. I'm not sure if it's because of supply chain issues or if it's because maybe they're not making this case anymore. Who knows? So this newer X-QPACK case, this is the X-QPACK3. It tends to take on the design of more modern cases, which have the bottom mount power supply and just this boring black look. I mean, it's just, I don't know, guys. I mean, I have such an interest for older cases. That's one of the reasons why you always see me building with older cases. Well, and also because I just simply have a bunch of them in my collection. Matter of fact, I still got several computer cases in my parents' attic I need to get down. But yeah, guys, the X-QPACK, while it's pretty cool, it's just not the same as the X-QPACK2 and the original X-QPACK. I mean, you got the window on the side here. Let me see, you may have, let's see, a window on both sides. I can't tell for sure just yet. I have to look. That's one side. Let's see here. Yeah, same side. There's a look at the back, and you can see the power supply is bottom mount. And due to the way this one's designed, they took the power supply from up here and put it down here. And just due to the way this thing's designed, it's bigger than the older X-QPACK, and it's definitely not a cube shape anymore. It's kind of a rectangle at this point. Now, the X-QPACK wasn't a perfect cube-shaped system either, but, I mean, neither is a cube computer Plexi. So, to be honest, guys, it would just be so nice to get my hands on an original X-QPACK, or better yet, an X-QPACK2. Because I've been thinking about it a lot over the past couple of weeks. This would be nice to get my hands on one of these older cases. I would have to do some modifications to it, of course, to bring it up to standard as far as ports goes. I mean, I would definitely get rid of that FireWire port. Make some room for some USB 3s, maybe a USB Type-C, who knows. Yeah, I would give it some more modern ports, but and stuff like that. But there's some. I looked at some videos on YouTube, and some people have definitely built newer systems in this older case, and they really seem to like it. there was one guy who, I'm not sure if it was a guy or girl, but there was one person who cut a hole in the side here for a fan grill, and they custom fabbed the mount for a all-in-one liquid cooler system right here. And I tell you what, that was really cool. Like I say, this is one case I wish I'd have got my hands on back in the day. You know, I've been thinking about it a lot over the past couple of weeks. If I could get my hands on one of these X-QPACK2s, that would be awesome. If you're watching this and if you happen to have an X-QPACK2 and to be willing to sell it or give it or whatever, just let me know. I would definitely be interested. And of course, I would want just a case by itself, no power supply, no hardware, just a case, because I don't want to make this thing even more expensive to ship. But yeah, if any of y'all out there in the YouTube community happen to have one of these kicking around you're not using, and you'd like to, or you wouldn't mind parting ways with it, definitely let me know, because just to, like I say, I wish I'd have got my hands on one in the past. But yeah, if I could get my hands on one of these, I'd definitely been thinking about building a system in one. Wouldn't be a very high-end setup, but it would be kind of a mixture of new and used stuff. Probably a Ryzen 3 APU or a Ryzen 5 APU, something like that. Something kind of basic in, or not basic in, but kind of moderate. Yeah, the X-QPACK2. That's one case I definitely wish I'd have got my hands on. And of course, another case I wish I got my hands on would have been a second mid-tower Lux case, maybe the black one, and not to be confused with the case that the mid-tower Lux Black Max is in. That is actually the Zoxide, I think Luster X, something like that. That was a different model case from Zoxide. The case that the mid-tower Lux is in is an Ecstatic 2, and like 3 months after I bought the case for Mid-Tower Lux, I bought the case for Mid-Tower Lux back in May 2007. Yeah, guys, almost 15 years ago. Like 3 months after I bought the case, Zoxide discontinued it. So I'm glad I got my hands on it, because it's definitely been, I guess I could say, legendary here on the channel. It's been on here for over a decade. But yeah, the Apevia X-QPACK2, or the original X-QPACK. I just love to have my hands on one. You don't have to be in the best condition. Preferably, I like to have one with the windows, kind of like the one pictured. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and if I do happen to get my hands on one, I would definitely update the description in this video to reflect that, and would definitely consider getting some video footage of building a system in one. So again, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Well everybody, that wraps it up for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like the video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to keep your channel, and be sure to tick that bell so you'll get notified when new videos are posted. Also, don't forget, I have a whole lot of other interesting videos here on the channel to check out. And also, in addition, I have a second channel, QCompMTDX, where I have all sorts of other videos not exactly related to technology. Links to the channels are available at the end of this video. Again, I thank you for your support, and thanks for watching this video.